Yeah, I think that was definitely a major part of it. So at the moment, a lot of the policy focus is on end emissions. So we're looking at the millions and millions of sources of greenhouse gas emissions that we as consumers are producing every day. But if you track the supply chain all the way back to the source, 75% of those emissions come from fossil fuels. And if we turn off that tap, essentially, by phasing out fossil fuels, that actually simplifies a lot of the problem that we're seeing. Obviously, there's no silver bullet, so we're not proposing that that is the one and only solution. But at the moment, there just isn't much focus from the policy space on that the production end of fossil fuels. And so it's a really important part of the toolkit. And I think also it's really important that fossil fuels themselves become seen as the problem. And we can learn this from other historic efforts. So for example, the international campaign to abolish nuclear weapons, there are some really interesting lessons that we can learn from that, and that they are the campaign that really helped lead to the latest treaty on the prohibition of nuclear weapons. And one thing that they learned is it's not about stigmatizing the people or the countries or the corporations, although obviously everyone does need to take responsibility for the part that they're playing. But if you stigmatize the actual substance that's causing the problem, which in that case was nuclear weapons, and make those the thing that are bad and the thing that need to be regulated, you can often bring more people to the table. And I think it's the same with fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are as a substance, are causing a lot of harm to the planet. And so fossil fuels need to be regulated. And so if we can bring people to the table to talk about how best to do that, and we're not talking about switching anything off overnight, we're talking about a sort of a rapid transition, but a one that's fair and equitable, then in some ways that makes things a lot simpler and sort of opens up space for conversations. And so I think very much as you suggested, creating fossil fuel, putting fossil fuels out there as the target is quite easy to conceptualize and understand. And I think it's something that a lot of people, we can work with as a global movement. And so we've found that through our campaign so far, when engaging with people, it's been quite an easy thing to communicate, because people do understand that fossil fuels themselves are the substance that are causing harm and the thing that we need to work on, and we can all kind of align on that. So that's certainly one of the factors that underlines why we're focusing on that as a treaty effort as well.